Hi, I thought I'd do a little video that explains Nordic Walking. I get a lot of people who inquire about joining one of my Nordic Walking groups, and I tell them about Nordic Walking, and then when they turn up, it's either exactly what they expected, but for some people there are lots of surprises. So I thought I'd just do a little introduction to Nordic Walking to tell you all about it, because it's quite different to what some people expect. Some people expect it to be walking but with the support of poles. So in many instances it might be somebody who hasn't walked far for a while, doesn't do any walking regularly, and so they might have seen all the messages out in the media, or their doctor might have told them that they've got to get fitter. They know they've got to get fitter, and they think that going for a normal walk may not be enough, so they think, I might want to take up Nordic Walking because I'll have the poles to help me with my balance. So I get a lot of inquiries for people who think that they're just going to be out normal walking and using the poles for balance. And that is where I have to put everybody right from the beginning, because that is not what Nordic Walking is about. Nordic Walking I describe as a sport. So actually you're not just going to be using the technique for walking, you're actually going to increase your fitness levels. You're going to tone, strengthen muscle, you may lose weight, you may decrease your BMI, your body mass index. So there are lots of things that it can do to help you get fitter, but it's not just going to help you keep your balance as you walk. And that's where we'll start really, with the poles, because again, another myth, if you will, is people think the poles are the same as trekking poles, and they tell me that they've just bought their new Nordic poles in readiness for their Nordic Walking session. I always say to everybody, never invest in poles until you've tried it and you're absolutely sure it's for you. And also to make sure you buy the right poles. So they are quite different from trekking poles. First of all, Nordic poles have a wristband, and the wristbands are left and right. The poles are identical, so it doesn't matter which pole you use in which hand. It's the wristband that gives you the right or left. And these are detachable, and I'll show you how to do that. Usually there's a button. Each brand of Nordic pole has a different way of clicking it in, clicking it out, attaching your wristband. This one is a press button at the top, and then you detach the wristband, and then likewise you just click it back in. I don't know whether you heard that. So this is my left. I put my thumb, I'll come closer to the camera. So my thumb is going in one way and my wrist the other, and then you pull the strap back, and there's Velcro that you tighten around your wrist, and then you can literally leave the pole kind of loose like that, and it's attached to your wrist. And then do the same on the right. Now, when you have trekking poles or hiking poles, they don't have a wristband, they just have a loop, because you are going to just use those trekking poles to keep your balance as you climb hills, mountains, rough terrain. You can use these in that way too, but they're not primarily used for that. So we'll detach them for now. The other thing that's different, or well, not different, but something that you want to consider when you're buying your poles, is once you've been out with an instructor and you know it's for you, and then you decide that you're going to invest in poles, you can either buy what I call static poles, or just straight poles at the length that you require. And the length of the pole should be, if you hold the pole in front of you like this, your arm is at a right angle, 90 degrees, with your hand around the grip part of the handle at the top of the Nordic pole, and it should be in that position when you're standing with your poles just in front. I'm 115 centimetres in length, but my very first pair I bought, they were telescopic, because I wanted to use them travelling, and that's what these are. So that's my height, but if somebody else wanted to borrow my poles, you twist the bottom part towards you, until this bit is quite loose, and then all of the measurements are along the pole, and then you push it in until it's shorter or it's longer, and then you twist it away, and then the pole is at the right height. Before you go out Nordic walking, your instructor will take you through some warming up exercises, which I've done on other videos, so I'm not going to do here, but warming up the arms and the shoulders, warming up the feet, just transferring weight from one foot to the other. Once you've warmed up, you click in your wristbands with the pole, and the reason that you have them attached is when you learn the technique, and I'm not going to do that because I'm in my house, I haven't got my shoes on even, you'll be walking and your poles will be held in this position. So as you take a step forward with this leg, your pole, it doesn't come up here like a trekking pole, it's in a low, what we call a low wing, and you'll be walking and pushing as you push forward so that you get full extension of the arm. And that is the difference, because you're getting a dynamic workout. You're getting a workout of the arm. You imagine as you're walking, your arms are reaching full extension. You let the pole go, you push back, and as you can see, it's attached to my wrist, and then you grab it, and then you're ready to take the next step. I mean, you would need a lesson. Some people think they can go out Nordic walking and they can just pick it up. But I think you would absolutely need at least one, possibly 2 or 3 lessons to get the technique. It's all about the coordination. It's opposite arm, opposite leg. So as you're out walking, you're pushing forward with the opposite arm than the leg you're taking the step with. And the other thing that's very common is when you suddenly have something to think about in your arms and you're walking, lots of people start taking same arm, same leg, and you've got to retrain the brain to make sure it's the opposite. And then once you get into your rhythm and you're able to Nordic walk and you go out for your hour walk, I mean, you could cover quite easily 5 kilometers in that time, 3 miles. Your body is working very dynamically. You've got rotation from the waist, so you're working these muscles. Your arms are working in almost full extension, so you're working your triceps, your biceps, and then of course your legs can go further and maybe a little faster as you're pushing off with the poles, so you're working the leg muscles harder. So that makes it much more dynamic than normal walking, and it's a great way to keep fit. I hope I've kind of explained a little bit about what Nordic walking is, and yeah, do come and try it. It's excellent, and it's great for toning, strengthening, it's great for mobility, rotate. You're using so much of the body, and at the core of all of it is good posture. So we work on posture. We do stretching at the end, so because it's quite a workout, at the end we do lots of leg stretches and arm stretches, just to make sure the body is cooled down properly. So it's all done like a workout really, not just a walk in the park. Okay, well I hope that you found this beneficial, and I hope I'll see you soon out Nordic walking.